race number 8, one of the 4 races on the turf in actual fact. This is a Class 3 1,000-metre dash. Racing Fighter returns, been off the track since June. Quartercept 6 won his last 2, now ridden by Chad Schofield as well. Solar Winds makes his Hong Kong debut, as does Nothing Impossible, and Prosecco as well for Chris So and Alexi Vidal. Killer Instinct, the 4th of the debutantes here. Super Fortune was super winning first up, stays course and distance, and down to Striking Mr. C. He's been off the track for some time as well. He's generally a dirt horse as well. That is Striking Mr. C. But let's have a look at this speed map here first. Tom, with a bit of a lineup.
Yeah, well, Super Fortune went forward on debut and he was able to hold them all out. But so what about the newcomers, Paul? Where do they end up?
I think Prosecco is definitely a horse that has shown speed in his trials. He can go forward. The others really haven't. Killer Instinct, Solar Winds, and Nothing Impossible. They haven't shown too much speed. So of the first start, I think Prosecco is going to be the one likely forward, and Metro Warrior is likely to come across as well.
Okay, we're going to have a look at those horses in a moment or so. We'll start off though with who are we going to start off with? Quartercept 6 in actual fact, and this good run from him, well, probably better than good as well, Paul, because he was able to burst the bubble at the time that was Nervous Witness, amongst others. He's gone on and won again. The other horse to take out of this race, we've got Run Cool, run a huge run at odds, Seizing the Moment, finishing in 4th place, and Fantasy further out.
Yeah, look, he's gone so well, Quartercept 6 in this race, isn't he? He's still only a 3-year-old as well, and he keeps improving. It was a really nice run. He settled just in behind the pace, and he can do something similar. And once he got into the clear, he hit the line. He's not the biggest horse around, that's the only thing, and he is creeping up in the weights.
I think he's still got the ability to go on with it again, though, with Quartercept 6. He'd done that pretty easily over the final stage. Nothing wrong with Run Cool. I thought the run there of sort of Seizing the Moment was a horse that looked like he just won a little bit further, but they keep him here at 1,000 again.
Okay, at Happy Valley here, Tom, and this is Metro Warriors. We pick it up, covering a little bit of ground.
Yes, he covered a fair bit of ground on this occasion. He was 3 wide, no cover up on the pace here. He's won off a mark of 70 in the Plaza. He's marked 75, and his only win with Zach Purton was, of course, with Zach going back a few months ago now. And look, he just tired late here. He was entitled to, but I think he's a good enough chance down the straight.
Yeah, I've got him in, and when he did win that race off that rating of 70, it was down the straight 1,000 as well. So no problems with the course and distance. So look, yeah, he goes in for me as well.
Okay, we're still at Happy Valley here for Seizing the Moment. So we've had a couple of looks at him. The other horse, Paul, to keep one eye on as well is Astro King, but he finishes a long way further back. Yeah,
so he was on debut and he finished right towards the back here. So I think he needs to improve. The one thing in his favour is the draw, but I think he's found a tough race here. So, look, he didn't go in for me. Or actually, neither of these two horses went in the end for me. Seizing the Moment, I agree with what Tom says. Up to 1,200, I'll keep an eye on him.
Yeah, he was running on there at the end, like 1,200 would suggest. But I think he'll get his opportunity here.
This horse could be well named, Tom, Super Fortune.
Yeah, well, he ran 56.37 down the straight first up. There was a little bit of pressure from the horse there right on his outside, but he was able to career away over the final stages. He's been back to the trial since and won. But it's a step up here, Paul, go to Class 3, but he does have the weight in his favour.
Yeah, and look, he don't know how... I mean, he only ran 56 and change, as you said, but it was eased right down at the end as well. So he is untapped, and he does get £13 on Quartercept 6.
We've got Racing Fighter returning, Paul, over the 1,000 metres, and a debutant here in Solar Winds as well. Just one start for him in Australia.
Yeah, so Solar Winds, look, I want to see him. He's £1,016. He didn't win in Australia either. He was placed in that group race that he was in. He's by Zoostar. The other one's Racing Fortune, needs a lot longer.
You can leave me out of Racing Fighter, but Solar Winds, it brought some handy enough 2-year-old form over. It was placed in the Black Opal Stakes at Canberra, but that's... it's a fair old step up here for a 2-year-old, now 3-year-old coming to Class 3 for the first time. So he was a little bit pushed out there late, so happy to watch both of these.
Yeah, and he was staying quite strongly in the closing stages. That was 1,200. This is 1,000 he debuts at here. Tom, Prosecco, what do we know about him?
Yeah, well, he raced in France. He was winner of a 2-year-old handicap race at Longchamp, and then he was placed in his next couple of runs. And he had one other run prior to arriving. He'd also had form on the poly track and the fibre sand there. He's had a respiratory infection since he's been here. Gate speed's been good enough, but another one I'm happy to watch. Yeah,
I'm just going to watch him. He's 11.09 pounds. He did win this trial. He should get up on the pace or not be too far away from it as well. So 4 trials he's had to get him ready.
Yeah, he should have been a dash there, didn't he? Christophe Furlan trained in France. Now we're going to have a look at some of the times here because this is just a straight line sprint. What do we learn from this, Tom?
Well, Cordyceps 6 this season, out of all of these horses here, he has run the quickest out of any of them down the straight, 55.25, which is only 0.01 off the quickest time all season we've seen down the straight, and of course that came from Nervous Witness, but I think just sort of shows that he's been improving with each and every win that he's posted.
Yeah, definitely. He's going really well. Again, he just has to give weight round to a progressive horse in Super Fortune. That was the query I had.
Okay, all right. Market says Cordyceps 6 at the moment. Paul, what are you saying?
Yeah, look, he's one of the main dangers. I'm going to go the other one, though. I just think he's more progressive at this stage. Super Fortune, as they sit in the weights, 129 versus 116. So happy to go with the 11 to beat the 2. But that's a dead set Quinella for me. Then a gap back to Metro Warrior and Run Cool. 11, 2, 3 and 6.
Cordyceps 6, I know he's got more weight to carry this time round against the likes of Super Fortune, but I think gate number 14 is what's going to be pivotal for his chances. He's going to have that outside rail, Cordyceps 6 over Super Fortune, Seizing the Moment and Metro Warrior, 2, 11, 10 and 3.
That's the cue for me as well. Cordyceps 6 to beat Super Fortune.